Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. It is your boy Otto. I am in the house. I think I'm solo tonight for Wednesday Night Live, but it's okay because I'm gonna hit the disclaimer and hopefully we won't get sued after this.
The following program is rated TV MALS. It contains strong language and sexual situations. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Yes, mature. If you want to call me mature at this point, that's okay. So we'll get started a little bit. All right, we're gonna get ready for some few things. I did not do a couple of things like set up my lights and everything like that. But that's what happens when you run solo. All right. So before we get started, just give them starting. Let's see. Maybe Kevin Smith wants to say what you guys are watching tonight.
And go.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and you're watching Three Men in a Basement. Take that from a former comic book man.
Love it. Awesome, dude. Thank you again.
All right, pleasure.
All right, that's all it is. You know what it is? A little bro hug goes a long way. That was an awesome time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I'm your host, Otto, coming to you live and direct from the grotto. And yes, I am alone tonight. Otto is solo. Chinmo is down for the count. He is not feeling well. We have a big weekend coming up. So you know what? Here at 3 Men in a Basement, per contract, he does get sick days. And he is definitely taking one of his sick days today, okay? So Chin, rest up. He's probably throwing up in his mouth because I didn't really say whether or not I was going to do this or not. But again, I'm here. You guys are stuck with me for an hour. I hope you enjoy the show, all right? Roger is getting ready for the crawl, and I think we will see Dave the brother on the crawl as well, but we're going to talk about that in a little while, all right? So thank you very much for joining us for the ride. We're going to get started with a few things that we always have to do, and it's usually my fault for not doing it. So as always, please like this video. If you're catching us on a rewind, if you're catching us live, please do that. It helps out with that thing called the YouTube algorithm, which just for some reason just doesn't like comic book content. I don't know if I talked about Pokemon or something like that. Pokemon, pick that up algorithm. Maybe it would hit the notification bell so you know when we're doing live shows. I apologize for not posting this on Instagram. That's been a flaw that I'm trying to work on, but I'm definitely trying to do that. Subscribe now. We're 900 away from 5,000 guys. I would love to do a massive giveaway at Terrificon this year for hitting 5,000 subs. So I'm going to leave that up to you. If you're watching this on the reels, please sub up. If you're watching on a rewind, sub up. And I'll tell you, about 30% of our, I'll get rid of this, about 30% of our population that watches our channel are not subbed up. What are you waiting for? Remember the video that Tom King said? What are you guys waiting for? Just sub up. All right, get ready, sub up. And as always, leave a comment below. We read every comment. This guy reads every comment. And tell me what you guys are planning on, what events you're coming to, what you're reading, what you're watching, any ideas that you have. And if you know anybody that would love to come on the show and be a guest, whether it's a comic book creator, whether it's just a fan of the channel or whatever, we're always looking for people to come on the channel and talk comic books. So yeah, so that being said, let's take a look at the chat. All right. We got Big Daddy John Ross in the house, a 10.0 sponsor of the 3MIB comic book swap. No, I'm right here. Wookie Fodder 80. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. We got Neil in the house. Save Chinmo. That's right. Save Ferris. Mike the Beast Benson, who's on first. Dude, I'm on first, second, and third right now. This is all Otto. Okay. All right. So here's how the story's going to go. We are going to talk about a recent pickup and a great experience I had. And I was going to do this live on Instagram, but I wanted to save it for YouTube. Maybe it will translate. And I'm hoping that this is more of the story about the actual buying of something. Okay. And I'm going to get into that. And I've been on this journey of, self-actualization and, manifesting times and memories and just doing all those fun things as I'm getting up in the years. We're going to talk about what I'm reading, what I'm watching. I can't wait to talk to you guys about that. We're going to talk about some upcoming events, and we're going to talk about some books that I've read and stuff like that. So we're going to keep it comic books. So keep the chat going, you guys. Let me know if you have any comments about anything that we're talking about. And hopefully this will resonate with you guys, and we'll see you at some upcoming event, whether it's King Con, whether it's Little Giant, whether it's a 3 Men in a Basement comic book swap happening in May. Hope to see you there. Sponsorship is available now. I'll tell you all about that. And then what we're going to do is, and it may be at the Winter Crawl, which it's going to be really awesome. And again, you guys, if you're watching this, please DM us if you're interested in it. We do not, and I'll tell you, I'm going to sound like an a-hole when I say this, we do not disclose the stops because unfortunately, there have been some people, unbeknownst to me, who have tried to do a comic book crawl under our name a little bit earlier than it should be to get the discounts that we worked hard to. So again, that's why no harm, no foul, but we are aware of it. That's why we would like, everybody to join our chat and we will tell you the stops. And listen, if you make all 3 stops, we're going to great giveaway. We get great discounts and we put a lot of time, effort into this. And we used to do this before. So I've spoken about this once or twice. And if I may tell you the history of the comic book crawls, it stemmed from COVID. And we realized that LCSs weren't getting business. We realized that people were going crazy, being stir crazy. We realized that people need people to socialize and to survive. So I said, let's try this. So I reached out to a couple of comic book shows and comic book shops. And I said, hey guys, what if we, with social distancing, all being the same, came to the store, whether it's on a day off or in separate hours, and I bring you 10, 15, maybe 20 guys who, been stuck in a house and want to buy comic books. And they were like, all right, let's go for it. And we did it. And during COVID, we probably did it 2 or 3 times. And to this day, many of the LCS owners thank us for doing this. And more importantly, because of this, it kept the stores open. And that's really what it is. And now they have our comic book crawls have become more of like a twice yearly event. One in Connecticut. We might throw one in the summertime. We did a birthday crawl for myself. That was a lot of fun. And now we do the winter crawl. It's all about timing. And it's all about availability to the stores. So please, if you're interested in this weekend's 3MIB Massachusetts Winter Crawl, please DM us on Instagram. Okay. That being said, I got to stop clapping my hands. I don't know why I'm doing that. That being said, I do want to tell you about a great experience I had on Sunday. Okay. It's one thing to go out and spend money and have the satisfaction of buying something. Okay. And if anybody in the chat can resonate with me, please let me know. It's another thing to have a fun shopping experience. All right. 54-year-old dad here. I can't tell you when I go shopping with the warrior queen, the warrior princess, and the 2 teenagers, how expensive that can get. And, when I'm talking about, when we're going to go spend a couple $100 at the club, it's usually Sam's Club or Costco. Okay. So, I'm the one that kids are putting 2 things in. I'm taking one out. So again, that's where I am in my life. That's the things that I have. And I'm always looking to keep the family solvent and make sure that, there's enough food in the fridge for all the 5 people that live in our house. But this past weekend, my oldest son was home. And if you guys don't know the story, Everett, the 21-year-old, my oldest son, has been building Legos since he was a child. And he can absolutely do it with his eyes closed. It's like the kids with the Rubik's Cubes that can do it in 4, Rubik's Cube is done. I still haven't solved the Rubik's Cube. I'm 54 years old. I used to have to take the stickers off it or actually rip the blocks apart and put it together to say I could do it. Very embarrassed by that. But so as Everett has gotten older, and as many of the dads or future dads should know in this, and I'm getting a little sentimental, any time with your kids is good times. Okay. And I buy Lego sets. I bring them down to the grotto. My son Everett, Chrissy will come down, Zoe will come down, and between the 3 of them, Everett most importantly, he'll spend 2.5, 3, 4 hours binge watching shows with me. We're making small talk. We're just talking and communicating like family should while he builds this Lego set. And then I keep it and I'm enamored by it and I just love it. And that is part of my Lego experience. And I'm sure all the dads who might have empty nesters coming up or might have an empty nest coming up, or the ones that are empty nesters, I hope you understand that I know Chin breaks my stones about, do I build the Legos? No, I don't build the Legos. You know what? And to be honest with you, I don't have very good dexterity. All right. Fine motor skills is not something that I'm good at. But again, I have built Lego and I will build Lego and all that. That's another thing for another story. But my point being is spend as much time you can with your kids, and how you spend it is how you spend it. And this was just, he came home for the weekend. There was some stressful things going on. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to go spend some money on some Legos. So now this is where the story gets fun, you guys. Okay. So please bear with me. So I am not I haven't been a Lego insider until Dave the brother kind of started talking to me about this. And I didn't realize the minutiaes, the sauce making, the meat that goes into the sausage when it comes to buying Legos or the Lego points or the gift with purchases, all unaware of. Okay. Not in that world. Usually I'll send the kids, hey, go to Target and buy this Lego set, blah, blah, blah. So here's where the fun story happens. Sunday morning, I decide I'm going to go buy a Lego set. I'm going to go buy I'm trying not to go down this rabbit hole because it can only be so far, but I justify it as I'm a huge Transformers fan. Optimus Prime is my favorite, probably one of my favorite heroes other than Batman, Optimus Prime, and Batman, Optimus Prime. Who else would be one of my favorite heroes? And Soundwave is my favorite Decepticon, and I love Transformers. Okay, I got 2 hours. My oldest today, we dug into video games. Oh my god, we have a lot of video games. John Ross, I can't wait to see some pictures of that, man. That's a video in itself. Yes, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to highlight that video, that comment right here. So listen, 2 hours. Your oldest is probably older than a teenager, I'm sure. But going down memory lane and doing like that. So this is, and I hope that this would, resonate with you, my friend, because I know the situation that you're in with your kids getting older and getting married and everything. So, so I'm like, I'm going to buy the Soundwave. Soundwave is other than Optimus Prime, he's my favorite Transformer. He's my favorite Decepticon, other than Shockwave, but Soundwave by far is my favorite. He was an easy Transformer when I was a kid. I still have my original one. I have multiple versions of it. Soundwave, the voice. Oh, 33. There you go. You know what, John Ross, I hope when Everett is 33, I can still build Legos with him. You know what I mean? That's a life goal right there. So that's great. So you know what? I said, I'm going to go buy Soundwave. I thought it was like $100, but it wasn't, but it's okay. So I'm putzing around the house. I'm like, all right, I'm going shopping. My wife's like, where are you going? I go, I guess I'm going to go. Well, I didn't say where I was going. I just said I was going to buy a Transformer. And then the Zoe, the warrior princess, she needed something from the Apple store. She goes, well, if you go to the Apple store, can you get me this? And I said, why would I go to the Apple store? She goes, well, aren't you going to buy your Legos from the Lego store? Oh, yes, I said. The Lego store. The Lego store. All right. I'll get a new Lego bag. Maybe I'll find out how many Lego points I have. This trip just got a lot better. Now, listen, I'm a product of the 80s. I was the original mall rat. Now I've become a mall walker. Okay. So I've gone, the theory of the feeling of evolution has gone from the teenager to the old man walking the mall. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go. So I went there on a Sunday morning ish. And trust me, the regular crowd was coming in and the mall walkers were leaving. Very funny. So, all right. So I'm excited. I go into the Lego store. There's 2 people. I'm telling you, the Lego store is like, what was I thinking about it today? It's like Narnia almost, or it's like, I don't know why that light just went off on mine. Not Narnia, but it's like Neverland from Peter Pan, right? Everybody's in a great mood. Everything is yellow. There's toys everywhere. People are just having a great time talking about all these things. So I did a lap around the store, and it was actually busy. It was almost 11 o'clock now, and I don't see the Transformer set. And I'm like, oh no. Well, maybe this was a bad move. And I'm scanning. I saw some great Batman stuff. I saw some really cool cars. I can see how they're getting to all different types of Legos. And I was also in there listening to the conversations, being an educator, I'm a trained observer and listener. So I'm hearing a lot of the conversations. I'm just listening to these people. Oh yeah, we have this car, like couples, like people enjoying this. So I know this story is long, but the story is heartfelt. And it's just about experiences that when it comes to fun things, this was pure enjoyment. All right. So go over to 2 people. Hey, what's up, man? I'm looking for some Transformers. They're like, Optimus Prime isn't available anymore. He goes, the only one that's left here is Soundwave. Yes. Thank you. Look over. I realized it was double what I thought it was for some reason. And again, maybe that's my dyslexic eyes. Maybe I just wanted it to be $99, but it was like $189. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I grabbed it. So I'm walking around the store a little bit, and it's a large box, man. It was 1,500 pieces. And I tried to put the video up here. So I realized, you know what? I'm going to get a new Lego bag. Now, let me tell you guys, Lego bags are like Louis Vuitton bags. I have the largest, the triple XL Lego bag. I have an XL Lego bag, and now I have an XL minus Lego bag is how they call it. Okay. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a new Lego bag. That's exciting. And that's a huge inside joke between me, Dave the brother, and his wife. So I'm in line, and there's a few people ahead of me, and the person behind the counter, the Lego employee, looks at this other person or the person that was purchasing before me and goes, "Oh, and you know, today's double points." Oh, she said it is. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, it's double points. I'm going to get double points today. This is great. Like these points add up quickly, and especially when these are expensive. So double points, great, fantastic. All right. So now I go up. I start talking to the guy. Now listen, this is a Lego set that transforms. When I bought Voltron, this guy told me when I bought the Voltron Lego set off the rack, a guy was buying two. And I said, what do you keep one in the box? And he goes, no, I'm going to build one as the Voltron and one as the Lions. And I said, that's brilliant. That is so effing linear. That's brilliant. And this was like 2.5 years ago. So now I go up and I start talking to the salesperson. I'm like, you know what? I really want to buy another one. And he said, why? I go, so I can have one as the radio and one as the bot. And he goes, oh, you don't want to keep one in the box? He goes, we know a lot of people that build it and then buy one in the box. So then I said, well, then I'd have to buy three. But I can't go down that rabbit hole. Like, that's too sick, right? Like, that's just absolutely crazy. So I didn't. I just bought one. And he goes, oh, and by the way, you get a gift with purchase. Oh, my God. This is getting better and better every minute. I'm getting double Lego points, a new Lego bag, and a gift with purchase. Bring it on, my friends. I mean, it's not even 11:30 on a Sunday, and I'm having the time of my life. So he goes to put it in this large Lego bag, and the gift with purchase doesn't work. So then he doesn't go to the bag that I already have. He goes to the XL minus bag and puts it both in. So now I have a new Lego bag. I walk out with a gift with purchase. I got double points, and I got an amazing Lego set. And like I said, and I did have to pick up Zoe Zozo's Arena, the princess's new charger at the Apple store. But you know what? Her mindset on this, I actually only made her pay for half of it. I didn't buy it all, but I only made her pay for half of it because you got to make them accountable, right? Teenage girls, they'll rip you for, every nickel you got and then some, and then put it on your credit card. So it's only 12 o'clock. And I'll tell you guys, true heartfelt story. I couldn't wait to call Dave the brother and go on the speakerphone and tell him and his wife about this fun time I had going to the mall and buying this Lego set. Like, it was so fun. And then to share the story with my good friend Dave, and who I know who would appreciate it. And then he started telling me some other things, which I didn't realize that really kicked me down a notch when I thought, my Lego skills were, picking up. So that was it. So that was a fun shopping experience when it comes to Legos. And I don't know if you guys would agree with me or, just say that, you know what, there's only so many things, that this was real fun and you deserve real fun. All right. So, came downstairs to the grotto after we had lunch, put on some college basketball. Me and Everett were BSing, 1,500 pieces, 14 bags. Now, this is another term that I've been learning. When you talk about Lego builds, right? Because you don't play with Legos, you build Lego. You say, oh, I'm going to go, how many bags was it? Because Lego is so detailed that the bags are dependent on the builds, right? More bags, bigger builds, But people have patience, unlike me, and they will take their time and they'll say, oh, I chilled out this afternoon. I did 2 bags of this Lego set. Oh, all right. I'm getting this terminology. I'm slowly going through this tunnel of Lego education. And again, you guys, if I'm rambling on, please. But I love sharing stories like this. So Everett puts it together. And while he was building it, now this is a tough build because it's got to articulate, okay? And I understand that. So there's a lot of moving parts to it. But when he got to a certain point, he got to the sound box. And the sound box was no larger than, oh my gosh. I mean, it was a cube. It was probably like double brick. And There's no S in Lego. It is Legos. Yes, Lego. Okay, perfect. I'm going to work on that. I get you on that one. All right, I agree with that. So now hold on, because Uncle Frank says this is important. All right. So now we got the build together. I tried to do a video on it. Didn't really work out. So this is the sound with Soundwave as the cassette radio. I thought this was a good soundbite. It's only 4 seconds long. I'll play it twice. All right. It did come with Ravage, and it did come with Laserbeak, and Laserbeak is my favorite of the cassettes. And then there's Rumble. Who's the other one? Guys, help me out. Who's the fourth cassette? I just had it at the top of my tongue. There's Laserbeak, Ravage, Rumble, and anybody in the chat know the fourth one? Anyway, so put that together. Then we took it apart, or we transformed it into Soundwave itself, and you can see Laserbeak and Ravage both have add-ons. There's a little piece that says, it's got a little stand for it, and I did my best. But here's some of the sound bites, and they are great. Frenzy. All right, old stuff is cool. Thank you very much, Frenzy. That's right. Frenzy was the red one, and Rumble was the blue one, I think. All right, cool, awesome. All right, so now makes you think: are they going to come out with those two? Who knows? All right, and I also saw this other thing, but I can't get into it. All right, so check out the sound bites on this if you haven't seen it on my Instagram story or on my Instagram page. But if you have, please watch it again. All right, so the Decepticons are awesome. There's probably 10 sound bites. And did you see the size of that Lego bag? That's right. Walking around with a Lego bag at the mall for a dad is like walking around with a Louis Vuitton bag for a middle-aged woman. You know what I mean? So it's not really hard to which one is which. All right, I'll have to go, because I know there's one where he goes, first you crack the shell, then you crack the egg. That was in the movie, so I'd have to see which one that is. Anyway, go. All right, ready? Here you go. And Ravage and Rumble do fold up into the cassette, and they do fit in his chest, just so you know. And it's definitely over a foot tall, and it stands very well on its own. Okay, so that was my Lego experience, you guys. That was a lot of fun. It is built. I might do a whole Soundwave post where I get my original Soundwave. I actually have two. I have two of them because we had two when I was a kid, and I still do have those. So I have a little bit of the. I still have some of the weapons, but again, mine have been played with because my mother saved everything, God rest her soul, since I was a kid. So yeah, so huge fun buying Legos. Let me know. Big Daddy said he bought Bumblebee. Big Daddy John Ross, is Bumblebee your first Transformer? Lego. I need to pick up some. Lord of the Rings is breaking. Yes, I can't do it. I'm going to tell you right now, that is something I don't have the space for it. I would have to put them all in a diorama. I'm actually thinking about buying a shed within the next year or two to make a collectible shed. And then I'm going to I'm not moving out of the house, or I might just get another house and make that a collectible house. Who knows? Anyway, I don't know. So yeah, I can't go down to Lord of the Rings, respect it, love it, but I can't. And I haven't actually gone down the rabbit hole yet of getting like the lighted bricks or getting the stands. I've been messing with the X-Men Mansion lately, which is a great set. Oh my God. I wish I never saw that review, because it took me like 2 months to realize that guy was completely wrong on this. All right. So now, yes. All right, cool. So what else is going on? I'm going to take a little bit of a break, you guys. I'm going to show you a quick video from our friends, or what we have planned right now. So I'm going to take a little break, grab a little soda, and I'll be back in 20 seconds. All right. Yeah, took a little break. So now this is gonna be a really fun part. I've been waiting to do this one. This is, where's our little bed? Where do we find everything? Usually Chin's doing this. I'm gonna run it all myself. Is our recent pickups, recent reads, and what are you watching? All right. So I guess it's all gonna be me. So I'll go systematically, step by step, what I've been watching, and I'll get your thoughts on it. And I'm actually very interested to hear some of your thoughts on the watches, the reads. Very exciting, all modern stuff. I haven't read a Silver Age book. I'm very sorry for that. In a couple weeks now, and the recent pickups as well. So we'll go over that. So that's all kind of go hand in hand. All right. So let's get rid of that. Now, I just finished Landman. Modern shows. No, Lost is my favorite. Then you're going to throw Sons of Anarchy in there. Then you're going to throw The Sopranos. Then somewhere down the line, I would actually put The Flash in there because I thought it was amazing. And I'm going to add Landman in there as well. Okay. Landman was absolutely brilliant. The dialogue, the writing, the storyline. Somebody compared it. Somebody was like, yeah, but I'm kind of sick of the Taylor Sheridan stuff. I don't know how you can be. This was nothing like the Tulsa King. This was nothing like 1823. But again, respect your opinion. That is, watching stuff is all. Oh, you have the Optimus Prime too. So you got, all right, I get it. See, you have all the Autobots. You have both the Autobots. I see what you're doing on this. It's very linear. All right. Okay. I see that. Is that built or is that still in box? Anyway, Landman was great. Loved it. Ellie Latner, hot as shit, smoking from Heroes, Varsity Blues, all that stuff. Great dialogue. Great characters, great ancillary characters. Andy Garcia, with Demi Moore, just amazing. All right. Now, Ted Lasso, never watched it. Okay. Never watched it. But I am watching right now, and I'm telling you, you guys got to agree with me on this. And I mean, it must be because it was doing great with everything that we've heard from the reviews and everything like that. And I've been watching, then really people really liked Wonder Man. All right. I'm not done. I'm 4 episodes in. The way my life is right now, I don't binge watch it. I try to keep it old school when you talk about watching TV. I try to keep it to an episode a week, maybe an episode, maybe 2 episodes a week, but it's freaking great. It's great. And I know nobody wanted it. And everybody was like, why am I watching this? Curling. Yes. Somebody was talking about, I've had 3 conversations about the Olympics today, Mike the Beast, and 2 of them had curling in it. Okay. I swear to God, that's a hand in God story. All right. Wonder Man. Right. Exactly. Ben Kingsley. Fantastic. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of a rant in a couple minutes, but I think this is unique. I thought it brought back the Marvel feel of dialogues, whether it was Cap and Iron Man, whether it was Black Widow and Hawkeye, whether it was Thor and Hulk, Thor, Loki, you name it. This had looking good so far. Yes, look at this. Yes, thank you very much, you guys. Yes, I thought the writing was creative. Ben Kingsley's one-liners when he comes to certain things, I thought was great. I thought the way they're edging this on is good. And you know what? I hope they do a second season. And I hope that this brings back a little bit of the Marvel magic that, too many people have gone by the wayside. Me, I'm keeping it afloat. All right. I'm about it a push. Now, I'm going to tell you something, though. There are a few Marvel movies that I can't even acknowledge. Okay. And it's a short list. All right. So you know what? We're going to do something. I'm going to tell you why I was mad. I'm going to tell you why I was mad about this. I mean, it's not going to be as big as a Roger rant. You know what I mean? But I am going to tell you why I was mad. All right. So Thor, Love and Thunder. Awful. Okay. Ant-Man, Quantumania. Awful. Okay. Great characters. But you know what? I've already saw a 2-hour movie when everything looks small. And when everything looks small to ratio, then there's no magic, right? Like, okay, I get that. All right. What else would I say was, Jonah Hex, if you even want to count that one. But other than that, I watch everything. Oh, Iron Man 3. That's where this is going. Iron Man 3. My God. You're going to bring back, okay. Oh my God. You're going to make Ben Kingsley And I didn't see this coming. That's the problem. And that's why I'm mad. And that's good directing, though. So you're telling me the Mandarin, which is a great Marvel villain. I mean, top 10 amongst like the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America. I mean, you got to put him in the top 10 with all his writings, the Ditko art, the Iron Man stuff, his first appearance, with him sitting in a chair and the rings. Just a great, great villain. Just a great villain. And then you put, and classically trained, amazing actor, Sir Ben Kingsley, as the villain. You've got the making of a great movie. Okay. Like, at least that's what I thought. Yes. Thank you. I know, guys. Again, I'm agreeing with you on it. It sucked. But just think about, how they then turned Ben Kingsley's character in this show into this character while they did it in Iron Man 3 was amazing. But could you imagine if they would have kept this? I'm probably going to get dinged for this, or they might even pull this video, but I tried to make it as small as I could. But I mean, just again, what could have been if it was, this is the villain for 90 minutes to 2 hours. Just watch it. Look at the cinematography. And this came out at a time where
people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher.
Look at this. I mean, this hits home.
Ready for another lesson.
In
1864 in Sand Creek, Colorado, the U.S. military waited.
This looks like the Mandarin. This is what the green cloak.
To attack
the only thing he doesn't have on is the rings.
And claim their land. 39 hours ago, the Ali al-Salam Air Base in Kuwait was attacked.
Let's see the way he says it.
I did that. A quaint military church filled with wives and children, of course.
Look at that.
The soldiers were out on maneuvers. The Braves were away. President Ellis, you continue to resist my attempts to educate you, sir.
Look, come on.
You've missed me again.
This was a villain that Iron Man would have gone after.
You know who I am.
You
don't know where I am.
It's just, I don't know. It was great, right? It was what could have been right there. What could have been, but then it became an actor with a terrible villain, like just awful, right? Like what could have been, and then all of a sudden you get this show, right? You get this show, and I'm kind of digging this. Like this is what it could have been, but now you've got him as an actor without spilling it. Playing himself, like that's so meta, right? Like that's what I really like. That's wicked. Like, is that even fourth wall or fifth wall? Where it's still a Marvel movie. They're keeping the continuity, but they're talking about what happened after all that stuff happened. And it's got some great liners. So you guys, I don't know. It seems like we are all in unison right here. We were duped, right? We were sold. I mean, that's great. That wasn't leaked, wasn't nothing. It was duped. So you know what? Maybe that's what a good movie does, but it should have been the other way. Now to have this happen the way it's happening, I just think is so awesome. It's so well written, and I can't wait to finish it up. And I'm only on episode 4 right now. So one thing I'm watching. Whoo. Okay. Second thing I'm watching. A lot of people have been talking about Fallout. I watched season 1 of Fallout. I couldn't really get into it. I mean, and I never played the game, and the people that I'm talking to about it never played the game either. But I don't know about you guys. Are you into Fallout? Were you watching it? But I did watch 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. All right. Sir Duncan the Tall. You've heard Joffrey speak about him. I believe you've heard Sir Duncan the Tall once or twice. This is a Game of Thrones where in the first episode of season 1 of the original show, a main actor, an A-list actor, Sean Bean, spoiler alert, gets decapitated. Like, this is how we're doing it. This is what this is about. And then you get all the seasons of Game of Thrones, which all the crazy things have happened. And, the somber mood of it. No episode was happy or a comedy, And then I'm watching this, and spoiler alert, you guys, I don't know what I'm watching. I don't even know if I'm telling you it's a spoiler. But is this supposed to be a comedy? So I say this to my peers, and they're like, it kind of is, but wait till you get to the 3rd episode. So I'm not on it. Let me know in the chat how far you guys are in on this. And am I duped on this as well? Like, Do I know what's going on, or am I going to get duped on it again? I hope not. I'm looking forward to it. I do like this actor. I do like this actor. He plays a great, a knight, a knight of the hedge. Yes, it's pretty good. There's Targaryens in it. There's a Baratheon in it. So, all right, you got those names in it. I'll follow along. You need a flow chart. So those are the two shows I'm watching now that Landman is over. Now, I was a little bit late today, and I'm kind of over talking right now. I was a little bit late today because I watched the trailer for this. So at 9:03, when we're done, please go watch this if you haven't watched it. The end of season 1 gave me chills like an episode of Lost when they realized Ethan wasn't a passenger on the plane, if you remember that specific episode, when he was an other who had infiltrated it. And then Huey found the manifest and realized that he wasn't on that. And it was amazing. Now this season finale was just as good. And now they're bringing this in. Okay. Now you're going to have both. I can't even tell you, but you're going to get your money's worth on it. All right. So now am I going to churn this? Sure. I mean, I probably churn 3 or 4 streaming services every 2 or 3 months to keep it going. But for the most part, I do it. I don't pay. There's a funny story between me and Uncle Frank. I don't pay for the ads free on any of them. I don't know why I don't. I probably should with all the money I spend on other things. But again, who knows? I don't know. So those are the 3 things I'm watching. All right. 2 things I'm watching, what I plan on watching. Now, what am I reading? I just finished Ready Player 2. Fantastic. Read Ready Player 1. Watch Ready Player 1 because they are the same characters, but it's almost 2 different stories. It's like watching Superman and the Donner version. They are the same movies, but with a lot of other things in it. And then read Ready Player 2. And it's really good. It's really, really good. It's the second time I've read it, soup to nuts. I am reading Hair, whatever, to the Empire again for the 3rd time. I read while I'm on doing cardio, 30 minutes of cardio 3 or 4 times a week, stimulates the brain, it gets some good reading in, and I do remember it. So it's pretty good. So I'm just not reading it, the site, it's going into memory. All right. That's what I was reading in there. Now, I just finished 5 issues of the Dreadnought War. Read this, you guys. And the twist at the end was phenomenal. Again, maybe I'm not that smart. Maybe, maybe who knows? But the end of this run, the end of this story arc was amazing. And the setup is so deep and so great that I'm happy I read it. Okay. So I did go into the LCS today because I don't really like Collider. I know when everything drops or whatever, but I thought that Thundar was dropping today. And I'm all in on this. If you want, please go back and watch the Comic-Con podcast. If you're a product of the 80s, you grew up to Thundar the Barbarian, the Lords of Light, this fabulous Sun Sword, Ukla the Mock, Princess Ariel, rats driving motorcycles with sticks in there, with clubs in their hand that are shooting laser beams. I mean, this is great. Exquisite Corporate, yes, Beneath the Streets. Yes, Hyde Street. Yeah, John, you talked about that last week too. Those aren't stuff that, I'm just not into that. That's great. Good for you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So today marks the first issue of Thundar the Barbarian. I've got the rest of them in the thing, but I picked up this cover. This is the sketch cover, but I can't wait to dig into this. Is Jason Aaron, who is just amazing. George Suttle is the colorist, and Kibar Ball is the artist. And look, it starts just like the cartoon when we were a kid. All right. This is the sketch cover. Cover A is amazing. And please look at cover A because you're going to see a street lamp that has the last 4 letters, IRBY. That's right. They gave massive credit to Jack Kirby, who was the initial artist in Thundar in the 80s. And when you watch it, it's like watching Moving Kirby. It is Moving Kirby. So yeah. So pick that up. Can't wait to read that. I'm going to read that when I get done with you guys, when I get done talking live. Then we're going to go with some events that are happening. And then we're going to wrap it up, you guys. So it's been fun. I'm kicking it right now. We're keeping it in line. Still got a little bit of extra time. So let's see. What do we have coming up here in the comic book community? Where's my little video? I haven't edited since, but here we go. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so this Saturday we have the 3MIB Massachusetts Winter Comic Book Crawl. That's right. And I'm telling you, this is going to be the coldest weekend of 2026. If it's not, we are certainly living in another climate, because we're talking minus negative numbers like that just are really cold, like minus 0 degrees, whatever. But we're talking a couple minus 12, minus 20, minus 30. We're going to be up in northern Massachusetts. So this truly is a winter crawl. Can't wait. Shout out to Chinmo, who has done all this. And more importantly, if you plan on coming, please stay with us through the end. Please plan on having dinner with us. That is a highlight for me. We are going to do a live show from one of the stops. Can't wait. And that's pretty cool. Then you'll be able to see the shop from our point of view. And it's an amazing store. And then please come out to dinner with us. We get to go out to dinner, have a drink, break bread, have laughs, sit down, relax, find out what everybody pulled, deals they got, you know, whether it was eclectic, whether it was right in their wheelhouse. Did they spend big money? Did you just come along for the ride? Did you buy something unexpected? That's kind of what Cybo. Saturday. It's like a 70s pop song. That's right. All right. Yeah, for true. Yeah, so it's just going to be a lot of fun. And I got the whole day blocked off. And then the next day, you guys, we're going to enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, a day where truly nobody does anything but watch football and eat, which is the way it should be. All right. So we also do have something really neat coming up locally. And this is a free event. And it is here in Connecticut. And it is this little MSC Minicon, Market Square Creative. That's happening in Connecticut on Saturday, February 21st. This is really cool because a lot of independent artists are going to be there. Guys like, oh my God, who's going to be there? The guy that did Jesse's tattoo. He just did a Rob Got You Covered is going to be there. Robbie RZP is going to be there. My God, just Tom Ryan is going to be there. Just a lot of cool guys you can talk about. Some people selling some books, and you know what? It's a nice little getaway. Beer on tap too. Check it out. Build your own hot chocolate. That's even better. Face painting for the little ones. So, you know, back issues. This is going to be a fun time. Maybe get a couple sketch covers done. Ryan Brown is going to be there. So it should be a fun time. And again, we want to support local, get out of the house. I think that's pretty cool. Little Giant is right around the corner. And we'll get into that pretty soon. But before that is going to be King Con, Saturday, March 7th, happening in Islip, New Jersey. God, this is King Con 7 or 8. Greg puts on a great show. Great to see a lot of the people from the tri-state area, a lot of the vendors, door prizes, just a fun day in a really cool spot. All right. Then after that, this is a little screenshot of the setup, so you can go and check it out. Love the way the dots and stuff like that. Greg did a great job with that. But check out the thing. He's always posting it. Then we have the 3MIB comic book swap happening May 16th. I got to switch that up a little bit. We got some big things planned. I got some great things in the works. Hopefully all those things will come to fruition as we get closer to it. Wear layers for this crawl, for sure. You mean the winter crawl right here? The winter crawl happening February 7th. Okay. So yeah, so those are all the fun things that we got planned. Those are all our recent reads, recent pickups. Lots of fun, you guys. So you know what? I wanted to come hang out. I want to do this show regardless. You know, we dedicate this show to I personally, and I know my fellow three men and brothers believe and respect that I dedicate these Wednesday night shows to Tim, my good friend TiVo, the original member of Lords of the Long Box. He did this every Wednesday. It's what got me back into comic books. I was able to go on a show and be a co-host for many years. And again, you know, all good things come to an end, but we can always try new things. And that's why these Wednesday nights are really important. And even though Chin couldn't make it, I wanted to do it. You're going to see a lot of it more as we go through all these shows, all the way through Terrificon. We're going to do our best to give you good fun content. So as always, you know, like this video, hit the notification bell, subscribe, leave a comment below. Kind words, please. Let us know what's going on with you. And, that's kind of been like what we wanted to talk about. So hope to see everybody this weekend. DM us. We still have some space. We always have space, but it's a matter of how many people can we fit in the comic book shops as well. Okay. And last thing, little PSA, if you're interested in helping us out, we do have sponsorships available for the 3MIB swap at every level. This is our 10.0 mint sponsor. We've got 3 of them sold already. Thank you very much, Big Daddy John Ross, Pope of Chili Town, and Good Comics Memories for stepping up there. This past weekend, we opened up the 9.8 near mint sponsors for $200, all with different perks. All helps us have a great show. I was looking at something from 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Do you know the 3MIB comic swap started with 18 people? That's right, 18 people at a restaurant that no longer exists. Guys like myself, Very Gary, Roger, Dennis 4 Comics, Ex-Illusionary, just Wayne from Heroes and Hitters, just, Nemesis Prime, Roger, Dave the Brother, we all came together, at a time where, we wanted to trade some books and move some stuff around, and that's why the swap is so much fun for everybody. So I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Appreciate everybody for you guys, watching us in the chat and hanging out with me. And you know what? Let's hope Chin gets better and I don't get fired or I don't get dinged for this video. So on behalf of 3 Men in the Basement, I'm Everett Otto. Roger Levesque is not here. Dave the Brother is getting better. Chinmo is ill, but getting better. And we're going to end this. So good night, Canada. I did say it. So my boy TiVo, take us home. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys, for having me on. Thank you, everybody in live chat. And as always, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.